What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I want to show you guys one of the best 5-man blitzes in Madden 24. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So the formation we're talking about is quarter normal. Now I know you guys not used to saying quarter normal, but I was playing around with this formation and honestly, it's extremely good. So I'm gonna kind of show you like a full scheme, but it's not gonna be super in-depth, but it is gonna be. You're gonna see, I know it's kind of confusing, but you guys know I got you with the gameplay as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna include the gameplay a little bit in the beginning or just show you all at the end, but either way, you're gonna be able to see how this works online. You're gonna be able to see this for sure works. So make sure you are locked into this, okay? So first and foremost, the most important thing, I am in the Chiefs defensive playbook. Again, I'm in the Kansas City Chiefs defensive playbook. All right, so before we talk about anything, first I do want to at least show you how this blitz work, and then we're going to come back and take a look at personnel and talk to you about how to get the people where you want them. Now, I know that seems a little backwards, so I'm not going to worry about personnel right now, but the play is going to be overload 3. And I just want to give you the quick setup and all that. So some of you guys that just want the setup and then go try it out on your own and you're not interested in all the breakdowns, this is more so for y'all. But for those of you guys that are interested in the setup, interested in the personnel, interested in how to run it, make sure you stay locked in. It's not going to be that long of a video though. So all we're going to do is we're going to pinch our defensive line. And that's actually, excuse me. You want to make sure for a fact that auto flip is off. This needs to be off. It's mandatory that this is off. This blitz only works for some reason when you do it from the left side, but it's so consistent that it really just doesn't matter. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna call slants middle just to call something. Now for the setup, all you want to do is you want to pinch your defensive line just like that, and you actually want to just leave it. Now sometimes you are going to want to bump this guy inside some, but we'll talk about that more as the video goes along. But in a nutshell, this is all you want to do. And basically all I love to do is hold L2, and I love to stand right about here, or I'll stand here. It doesn't matter where you stand. This blitz is going to scream no matter what you do. And notice right there that it is going to come straight through the A gap. It's a nano basically blitz essentially. And now I'm quickly going over this because I'm about to go super detailed about this, but basically you see how it's going to scream like this. So you may be thinking, okay, Real, what if they just ID this guy, right? So I'll show you that real quick. So again, the setup, we're just going to pinch our defensive line, and then that is literally all you got to do. Now, sometimes I like to crash them out. So by doing that, you press left on the D-pad and then up to slant outside, but it's not necessary at all. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is just pinch your defensive line and you're basically good. Now they'll try to ID this guy right here. Notice that it is right there, and then what happens is you hold L2, and when they snap the ball, a lot of times you'll get them straight through the A gap. So if they try to ID the person blitzing, then you're gonna get an A gap, easy A gap blitz, right? So you see how that works, where he just goes through there, boom, right? So you might be thinking, okay, Real, obviously all they got to do is block the running back, right? Obviously, now this blitz is no good, right? So let me show you what happens when they block the running back, okay? So you're going to pinch the defensive line. I like to blitz my user. I love to stand right about here or here, and you want to hold L2, which is the strafe button. You want to hold it, right? So if they block their running back, a lot of times what happens if we catch their attention, and then notice how we're still going to get pretty good pass rush. Now, sometimes you're going to glitch and still get through anyways, and sometimes they will pick it up with this version. It just depends. But you get really great pass rush. Notice how the running back kind of dumbs out right there. That happens a ton where the running back just dumbs out. So, all right, I wanted to just quickly show you the blitz. Now, for those of you guys that are still here, I want to go more in depth about this, and I want to talk to you about some ways to kind of, if they want to block their running backs, I'll show you how it still comes in. We can do certain things to it, but I wanted to get the people who just want the setup out the way. So for you guys that like this, interested in it, I advise you to go ahead and lock in real quick. All right, so you see how the blitz works, right? So first and foremost, we got to talk about personnel before anything, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to this linebacker package, and what the linebacker package does is exactly what it sounds like. It's going to put 3 linebackers in. Now what you want to do is you actually want to go to your personnel. We're going to talk about everything real quick. So let's go hop to the depth chart, and don't worry, I got gameplay for you guys showing you all this. So first and foremost, the thing you probably skip over is linebacker. So this guy right here, he's going to be the one who is blitzing straight at the quarterback. The A-gap linebacker, that's going to be him. So you want to make sure that whoever's in here is one of your fast linebackers. Not the fastest linebacker, just one of your fast linebackers who actually can stop the run. Because sometimes we are going to ask this guy to stop the run. And I'll show you what it looks like if they try to run some plays, running the ball on it. But anyways, you want to have him in there, okay? Now, with this left outside linebacker spot, you're not use this, and I'll show you why, but you're not gonna use this. Now keep in mind who number 41 is, okay? I put him in there for a reason so we can remember his number. Now, all you want to do is do middle linebacker as your fast player, somebody whoever your number 1 linebacker is. That's normally who I love to leave there. Now, right here is actually where the blitzer comes in from the outside. So this guy actually, you want to make sure he's fast, but can stop the run if he needs to. So you don't want to put somebody like, where is he? So take a look at this guy, right? Trevor, I don't know his last name, but he has 88 speed, okay? Now, technically you could put him in there and he's gonna get there a tiny bit faster, but this blitz is so good that you don't need that extra speed. I would rather sacrifice a little bit of speed if I know he's gonna play the run a little better. So that's just me personally. So please keep that in mind. So remember, we have number 44 right here, and then we have number 41 right here. Now, there's a reason why I'm telling you these numbers, okay? So if we go back, take a look at where number 44 is. So see how we got it on linebackers? Number 44 is going to be the guy blitzing. Now, number 41 is the guy that we don't need, okay? So what you want to do, you want to go to substitutions. You want to go to number 41 right here in this particular position, and you want to go ahead and put a safety in at this spot. This right here will be your user. He will be your user, but please keep in mind, when you change him out like this, you're no longer able to get that linebacker back in that spot. So you're gonna have to rock with that safety. So whoever that safety is, it could be a free safety, it could be I believe it actually be a cornerback if you wanted to. So it's actually extremely glitchy right here because we can put a cornerback at this spot. So if you want, you could even take your starting cornerback if you wanted to and user him if you wanted to, but I wouldn't suggest doing that, but you have the option to, right? So that is how I would do it. Now, technically, if you want to, you technically can take this guy right here. You could put a safety in at the linebacker. Technically, yes. But I would only do this if you have a great run stopping safety. So in this case, Brian Branch is extremely good at stopping the run. So in this case, yes, I would throw Brian Branch in right there. But the minute you do that, you will no longer be able to put a middle linebacker out there. You will not have the option to do it. So be careful. Now, right here in this spot over here, you technically can put a safety, but the problem is, the reason you want to go to a linebacker package is because linebackers are normally a lot better versus the run. So you, if you're on MUT, put a ton of safeties in it. Throw as many safeties as you want to if you're on MUT. If you're on regs, I suggest leaving your linebacker here and leaving your linebacker here. I suggest that highly if you're on regs, unless you have a team that has a ton of safeties like the Lions happen to have. So again, that's just real quick talking about that. Now also, it's just better to put great pass rushers on the 3-down lineman spots, but that's obvious, okay? Now, there is another benefit to putting this linebacker package, which I'm actually about to show you right now, okay? So, we'll come out in another formation just to come out in. We'll do one where the running back's not on the route, just so you can see. Now, the benefit to having a linebacker package, okay? So you see this slot guy right here? This will be our user, right? Now you see this slot, notice how we could put him on vertical hook, we could put him on purple, we could put him on seam flat, right? That's not always gonna be the case, okay? What happens is, if you actually change this guy, so if you go back to regular package, so let's go back straight out to the blitz, and then let's go back to the same play that we picked, okay? Now, what I want you to notice is, actually, they actually do let us, okay, cool. Some formations, they actually won't let you actually have normal adjustments, some will. But to be safe, I like to always leave it on linebacker package. I don't know why it's like that, but some formations it is going to be that way. So just to be safe, leave it on linebacker package, all right? So the way you want to set up your audibles, all right? So instead of this cover 2, what we're going to do is we're going to add this play right here. Where is it at? We're going to add FZ2 deep. And this is going to be a cover 2 version of the same blitz. And we're going to leave under smoke because we can do a man version of the same blitz also, which is why this blitz is extremely crazy. So we'll go here and I'll kind of just cycle through different formations, just showing you guys how it looks. And again, all we got to do is just pinch our line. Now, when it comes to pressing, please be careful because when you press, notice how that guy backs up. So if you want to play press coverage, you can run it from here. I actually show you. You technically can. It's just, it isn't going to come in all the time as you would like it to. So notice how it does loop, but it kind of gets a little stuck and kind of glitched a little bit. So just be very, very careful. Now, also other things you can do too. You also can quarterback attain and it still will work. So if your opponent's trying to rush out the pocket, you can definitely stop it. So notice how we do a quarterback attain, but it just isn't as glitchy when you do quarterback attain, I find, but it helps if you're playing an escape style quarterback who just sees the pressure and tries to hurry up and run. So don't quarterback attain unless you absolutely have to, okay? And all I'm doing at this point is just pinching my line. I'm not crashing them any type of way. I'm literally just pinching my line, holding the offensive line, and you could tell we're just gonna scream, we're gonna scream, we're gonna scream. Now, I do like to pinch my line and crash up every now and again, and I'll just show you this is what it looks like crashing up. And I'm not blocking the running back yet for a reason. I'm just showing you no matter where you pinch the line, whether you leave it alone or you crash them up, you can actually still get it. Now, with the blocked running back, it actually still is a little glitchy. I already showed you this, but I'm gonna show you again just so you can see. We're gonna stand here, and then you can tell he picks him up that time, but you get a great pass rush either way, okay? So again, you notice how the block running back, it still can come in. It just depends, honestly. So I wanted to show you that, and then also a couple other things too. So if you want a different variation of this, what you can do is you actually can take your linebacker, you can press the right direction, or you can actually shift your linebacker to the right. And then you could take your user and you could stand here. So you might be wondering, also you want to pinch your line as well. Now you might be wondering, real, why would you even do that? So the reason why is because when we set it up this way, look at how many people we have in the box. So now we just pretty much got an even style defense to where our opponent isn't gonna just look to run the ball, because we have a great formation that can pretty much defend the run based on how we're aligned. Now, if you have time, one of the things I love to do, I love to drag this guy down, and I love to drag this guy down, because we're just trying to get as many people in the box as we can, okay? Now, you can still run it the same way from here. All you want to do is hold it, and then just with this way, it's not as glitchy, but I promise you, you're still going to be able to scream if you want to. So, I know I'm kind of going over the same formation, but let's just kind of take a look at a different one. So, Trey flex is actually a really... there's actually a play in particular I want to show you guys that you're going to see a whole lot, and we'll kind of base the whole thing around this. So you're going to see this play right here a ton. My opponent was trying to run it. You guys will see a lot of times people will get trips tight end if they don't know how to defend this, if they don't know how to move the ball against this. And I love this formation versus trips tight end. So what you want to do, you notice how our blitz angle is all the way out there. A lot of times that's going to happen for certain formations. So you just want to grab him, move him in some right there. And now what I love to do, I love to walk him down. I love to man him up on triangle. And then you're going to use your X yourself. So wherever 11 goes, I'm going to go. And a lot of times we're just going to come out and just scream. Notice how it's just that pressure gets there extremely fast. For all those trip style users, this defense is perfect. Don't worry, I'm still going to show you the other defenses. I'm just kind of showing you that you really only need this play. And keep in mind, I haven't talked about any adjustments. I haven't talked about any coverage tips besides the one you just seen. And the reason why you want to man up triangle this guy, because they'll try to throw this little streak right here a lot of times. And if you just kind of take your user and kind of guard both of these routes, the blitz is going to get there. That's guaranteed. The blitz is going to get there, okay? So moving forward from this, I'm going to show you in a different formation just to make everything easier. But you can apply everything I'm telling you now to the same formation. I just want you to see. It's normally easier going against compressed formations, showing you everything. That's why I'm just going against it. But we're going to come back out and overload 3, okay? So that is for that play, right? So if you want to mix it up some, this is how I mix it up. So we're going to first talk about man cover. So we're going to go to under smoke. We're going to literally do the same exact thing, pinch them, and then we're going to hold L2 and stand right here, okay? So you can tell when you do it versus under smoke, it's actually going to be he's going to loop outside instead of looping inside the gap, right? As you can tell, boom, he's going to come straight outside every single time, right? Now, the cool part is, let's go back to under smoke. I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if they ID this guy, then the guy in the middle is going to come free just like it did last time, right? So it doesn't matter where you stand. You just want to grab somebody's attention. So you grab somebody's attention. Actually, nope, he still got through. It's still the same guy. So We can actually do a lot of coverage adjustments out of that if you want to do like, you know, man style adjustments. Now, the last play I want to show you before I talk about the run and all that, then show you gameplay, is going to be this FZ too deep, right? So how I like to use this, what's really important, you have to make sure if you're going to run this this cover 2 blitz, you need to make sure you come out in overload 3 first, okay? Please come out in that first, and I'll show you why in a second. But if you come out in overload first, this guy won't actually go to the line of scrimmage, because originally with this play, I'll show you, if you just call this play out of the huddle, he'll actually line up in the gap like right here. He'll just be having 1 foot up like he's about to rush, and you won't be able to keep him in this spot. So what you want to do, if your opponents start trying to worry about this guy a lot, this is when I like to pull out this. So all you need to do, we're still going to pinch our line, and then I like to crash my line up. And what that's going to do is going to take this guy out of the vertical hook. Now it's doing a little glitch thing where it's showing like my adjustments didn't go through, but our line is crashed up. So this guy is blitzing. We're going to blitz him. Now with him, I like to throw him in a vertical hook, and you want to do the same thing. I like to hide my user right here. You want to hold L2, and then when the ball snap, notice how we're going to be able to scream off the edge on the right side. So if your opponents start trying to slide their line to the left, because what'll start happening is your opponent's going to start doing stuff like this where they're going to block their running back, bring them over or something like that. If the formation allows, they're going to do something like that, right? So this one won't let me do it, but what they'll do is they'll block their running back, they'll slide their line left, and then they'll try to like ID this guy or they'll ID this guy. And then this is when I like to pull it out, right? Because all we're going to do is just audible to F to Z. And notice what I was telling you. So notice how he kind of stands right here, but you'll see in a second that he's not going to always be there. So when you come out overload 3 and then you audible to this play, this guy will just stay here automatically. Instead of going back down, he'll stay there automatically. But just keep that in mind. So see how when I try to pull him, he's going back down? That's not going to happen in game mode. That doesn't happen. But so just be mindful of that, because it's not going to work as well when he goes back down. But anyways, we're going to pinch our line, crash him up, and then either A, you can actually, so some of the things I like to do too is I'll take X and I'll put them on a bluff blitz if they're just doing that dumb thing. And then right here, all you got to do is just hold it. And a lot of times you get this double edge pressure if you just go back, and then notice how we're going to get that double edge pressure. So you'll see that in the gameplay. You'll see me a play where I ran it like that. But most of the time, you want to make sure that this guy doesn't go to the line of scrimmage, which a lot of times he won't. So again, notice how right there he just doesn't. So again, we'll take L1 and we'll just create our cover 2, pinch our line, crash him up, go right here. And then our opponent isn't going to know where the blitz is coming from. That's why this blitz is so crazy. And that's why it works so good, because boom, we'll be able to scream off the right side. So quickly, I just want to show you some couple run plays. We'll just go, let's see. We'll go inside zone. But we're gonna set it up as if we didn't know it was a run, okay? So all you wanna do is come here, obviously, and then this is all we need to do. Now, when it comes to the run, I love to bring these people down just like this. If you don't have time, you don't have to, but all you wanna do is just kind of match the path, and notice how the linebackers are gonna be able to come in for the run. So we'll talk about different run plays here in a second. So notice how just the spacing. So a lot of times, because of the way these linebackers are spaced, they're coming downhill fast. This is why you actually want to have a linebacker here, not a safety, because the linebackers, they're going to come downhill extremely fast for the run. And most of the time, this is how it'll look versus the run. They'll just be able to fill the gaps very nicely. Now, I believe I actually can. I haven't done this in a while, so I don't remember, to be honest with you, but I believe I can actually put it to where it just only goes for run plays, I believe. Random run plays. So we'll go random inside handoffs. And again, you would never want to come out in these versus these under center formations. I'm just strictly doing this so you can actually see what it looks like. And if you notice they're way out there, go ahead and pull them in some, about right there. And again, I'm only doing this just to show you what it looks like to see, so you can see the little gap shoots. Now, obviously, because we are in quarter defense, it's not recommended to use this versus under center offenses, okay? So don't think that just because, you know, I'm kind of showing you that you can just use this versus it. But I'm just telling you, if they pass the ball, it's fire. If they run the ball, it just depends on, you know, what kind of gaps you can fill. But it isn't really, it's kind of hard to gap shoot user in this guy, but it's definitely possible, okay? So I think I'm going to show you just one more, you know, example of the run. And again, when you notice them out there, just bring them in a little bit. If you have time, walk that safety down. If not, don't worry about it. And again, we're setting it up as if the blitz, but if you pay attention, notice how quick guys are moving, how quick they're shooting those gaps, okay? So that's pretty much gonna be, I believe that's all I wanted to touch on before I show you guys gameplay. But yeah, this scheme, I may do an ebook on it where I go even more in depth on it. It's just some things I couldn't talk about because there are some other cover shells you can run. There are some other things you can do, obviously. But with all that said, that should be everything I wanted to talk about. So let's go and hop straight to this gameplay. All right, so I wanted to make this gameplay pretty quick, so I kind of condensed down my gameplay just to kind of show you the highlights and just show you exactly how it works, okay? So all I want you to do is just pay attention to how the blitz is set up and how quick I actually get everything set up to where I actually have time to make adjustments. So that was the whole point, and right there you can tell that you can actually accidentally gap shoot. Like the CPU will accidentally gap shoot only because of the angle of this blitz is so overrated. So just kind of notice here, even if the blitz doesn't get home, just take a look at how the running back tries to block him, but they essentially can't. So it's just a great defense all around. And again, we're showing you the same exact play, not the same exact play, I'm sorry. So it was the next play, but my opponent tried to run the same exact play again, as if, you know, maybe he thought it was fluke. But what's going to happen with this defense is they're just not going to know how to block it for most of the time, and it's just going to cause quick throws. And the thing about this defense that's so great is your opponent has no idea when it's going to scream. They're going to try to ID somebody, so it's going to force them to have to block their running back. And if they're blocking their running back every single time, then we have a great play. Notice right here how he did not block his running back, and look, we're going to screen at him, and so he tried to hurry up offense. And again, this defense is actually really good versus the quick snap if you know your setups. Now, notice right here, I actually didn't put a safety into the linebacker spot, so that was my fault. Because when I was showing you, the gameplay you're looking at is me actually the first time testing this out versus an opponent. So I'm still having to learn what I can do, what I can't do with this defense. So that's why there's a linebacker in there. Now, me running this defense in the future, I will definitely have a safety out there. It's right there. He probably could have got the first down, but we'll take it. Now, notice I went to cover 2. So this right here is the cover 2 blitz, okay? Notice how we actually had 2 loopers come in at that time. So this blitz is crazy because we can blitz from either side that we want to. Just please make sure your auto flip is off, okay? You have to have that auto flip off or it's not going to work. And most of the time in this game, I spent just calling regular cover 3 just to see how this blitz comes in. So I didn't really do too many adjustments. I did do some zone drops every now and again, and I did put on match every now and again. But again, if you guys want an ebook about this particular formation, please let me know. It's right there. We actually got double edge pressure. So when I tell you guys, this is a high pressure defense, and it actually does a great job against the run because we have linebackers in there. So it's almost as if like we're running like a 3-4 style defense, but we're actually not. So anyways, this is actually the last play of the game right here that I wanted to show you guys. Just because I like to end it with letting you know how the game ended. So we actually did have circle, but took a sack right there. I probably should have just took off in the pocket, but I wanted to just go right back to it just because I knew I was gonna have 2 options. So right here I seen he was blitzing. All my guy has to do is win, and of course 99 speed or 98 speed is definitely gonna win. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video though. I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.